Hey guys, welcome back, John Megacycle here, another episode of the Motley server. How's it going? Hope you're doing well today. Let's see, we've already gone through 3 episodes with me showing you how the layout of Sanctuary is, and that sort of a thing with my base as well. So what I wanted to do today is I wanted to do a player showcase. Let's see, for new stuff, just for Sanctuary, I created a bit of computer craft, and this is a sign. The spawn point is literally right around this block right here. So hopefully when you're going into the main city, see the first sign, it says, new players, please read the rules on the computer. So I've gone ahead and I wrote some really simple code. More has been added, I believe, since the last time I showed you, so we're going to go through this real quick. I'm pretty impressed with it. I'm happy with it anyway. So someone left it on announcements. This is how the first page looks. Welcome to the Motley server, the time on the day. Select an option, rules and announcements, and a little blurb saying right click on the option. I probably want to move the computer and the disk drive, but these are just for debugging while I was doing the coding. I just finished it let's see, a week ago? I did a lot of work into it to get it started. So rules. Real simply put, this is how I can convey a lot of information to new players so that way we have a good understanding of how this works. Very simple stuff. Don't be a jerk because most of these people that are not core Motley crafters are people I've acquired through Twitter or Google Plus or whatever. So that way, I know them a little bit professionally on the World Wide Web, so to speak. So very simply put, don't be a jerk or you will be mocked on the Twitters and the Googles. Really simple rules. Don't be rude, you'll get more with a smile than a knife. Ask before taking resources. Careful on miscraft worlds. Definition of pranks. The free plots in Sanctuary. Griefing's a big fat no-no. Acceptable spawning locations. The mining world, so you can set up mining operations. So it's all very simply click check based, and I'll show you the code as well. The announcements, if that works. Yep, there it is. That was the screen that was left on a second ago. Yeah, updated on 12.13, no announcements. Hopefully that's going to be welcome new players and that sort of stuffs. That's about it. So let me show you the code real quick. We're just going to terminate the code that's here. Let's see. I got it broken down into 3 really simple checks. First of all, startup. This goes through and this sets some variables. Jag was a very excellent help. One of the players we have here, excellent help on getting some of the syntax to work properly with me. It was absolutely excellent. So this is very simple. It's all print, line text, and then a variable if you want it, and then more line text. Real simply put, the code is printed, then it goes through and it does a check for if you click, which is based on the event monitor touch over here. I guess I can't really highlight code. Okay. Then it checks for coordinates where you clicked, and then it runs other little batch scripts or little scripts. So exit, and then these are just the same as well. So edit one, print a bunch of text. It's very simple. Once you really get your head wrapped around one computer language, it's not difficult at all to get your head wrapped around another one. So anytime the computer is in a state where the computer actually has control and the monitor does not, all you have to do is just reboot the computer and it gets control again. So real simple stuff. So today, as I said, I wanted to go through each of everyone's base, at least some of them. I really hope they have books back. A lot of these players have taken a very great artistic approach on how to do things. So I know we've got a couple of players. We're going to start with Alchemos. He's a new player that's just started recently. Holy crap. I like it. Little teleport, little shrine there. Let's go right outside right away. Ah, the unloaded chunks. So this is what really impressed me when I first brought Alchemos to the game. Holy crap, creeper plants or whatever those are. Is he really wanted a real nice castle approach, and I was just here like a day ago, so I don't know why all this stuff is unloaded. Well, I guess it makes sense if he's not here, or he doesn't have a chunk loader. I guess that makes even more sense. We're just going to do a quick fly around real fast. That way everything's loaded and give you a good idea of what's going on. His base isn't massively extensive, that's why I'm just going to do a quick flyby. Thank you. That one too. Thank you. If it was a lot larger, I was going to simply say I'll be back in a minute, but Okay, looks like we got most of it. So, this is a top-down view of how the base is set up, and stupid unloaded crap. Thank you. Very Keep-esque style. A lot of games, especially like Stronghold and stuff, that have the Keep sort of an architecture. The way they describe a keep is this center structure here. We've got these large turret-style structures on the corners. Very nice, good for defense. I really like the way it's been built out. A lot of resources to get started. Alchemos hasn't been playing with us for very long, so it was really cool how quickly he slapped this together. Very good. Aside from this, it looks like he cleared it out quite a bit. And what are these? Are these the creeper ones, or? Oh yeah. Propulsion plant seeds. What does it turn into? Orange dye? That's the one thing that's been cool about those plants. Is that... Hello? Where'd it go? And it disappeared, so whatever. The fact that you can turn those things into dye is actually really cool. It actually serves a purpose for those who don't do the pneumaticraft. Oops. Creosote oil. Looks like we've got production. Coke furnace, I think this is. Coke oven brick, yep. Little applied energistics going on. I'm not going to go into all the storage and such, but I really wanted to at least give you an idea of what's actually going on. Oh, leg spike there. Let's see. More production facility here. Let's at least take a gander. I'm curious. Storage and such. Very cool. It's awesome to get a lot of Minecraft players on here that have different perspective of what's important, so to speak. So like here, we've got a very simple system, very broken down, very segregated. Each machine has its own purpose, and you can easily tell that, and that's very cool. Whereas other players might really get as much of the stuff slapped together and on top of itself as much as possible. So that's an interesting thing. So we have each machine, each of it's labeled. So he's kind of treating his whole base as a tutorial for himself, which is very cool. Okay, BC pipes right into another furnace. These hoppers look weird. Nether furnace. Very cool, though. A little more buildcraft to get some stuff taken care of there. Alright. Like it so far. We'll call this a deal for Alchemos's base. Hello? There we go. Aside from that... Oh! I didn't know there was a skeleton spawner under that. Huh. Very nice. Some other machines here. Looks like a... maybe start of a mob grinder. Oh no, chicken farm. You can tell right away. Lava at the bottom. Yeah, this is a... eggs going to the dispenser. Dispenser craps out a bunch of chickens. Probably a timer after a while. Oh, I see. When the chickens become an adult, I'm sure they'll hit their head on that lava, and that'll be that. Very cool. Let's see. Come here. Come here. Yep. Very neat. I'll leave those experience orbs for Alchemos when he comes back. Very good. Very nice perspective. Oh, the gravestones are a very nice touch. I did. Come on. Very good. So that gives us a nice look. Another portal right away. Very good. Gives us a good perspective on how they're really working with it and how they really see Minecraft, which is awesome. Master Rat has a very nice base himself. Master Rat always more machine oriented, and he does dabble in the magic, but he's very good with keeping a system as very efficient as possible. He's very good with that. So he took a very, very high spot. Where are we? 170 squares up? Sounds about right. Nice rubber tree farm here. Ooh, sacred rubber tree. I thought those things grew massively, so I don't know about that. Let's see. Cows. Smeltery. Sheeps. Very neat so far. Oh, look at that. He's already got a beacon. That's what they're called. I was like, oh, he's got a whatever it is. Awesome. Not going to go through a ton of the detail here. Like I said, we're not going to root through people's inventories, but I just want to give you an idea of what's all going on. Let's donate a little bit. There's that. Now, what is the way down? Nope. Okay. Oh, wow, he's got a reactor already. Very cool. experience, which we donated. Enchanting. Oh, speed and regeneration. Okay, from the beacon. That makes sense. So ore berries popped right into the wall. That's a really cool touch. That's a cool touch to really minimize the amount of space they consume. Mine is a little more grandiose, but, you know, different strokes, different folks. Works out real nice. So, okay. With the ritual stones, through blood magic, I think this is a limitless lava production. The pump gets it into a drum. Drum is pumping it into these lava generators. Lava generators produce power. Really simple, very elegant, great way to produce limitless energy. Inscribers and such with Ender IO. I believe this is Ender IO conduit. Yes, it is. And, okay, cool. So that's all the parts for applied energistics. Very neat. Blood altar. I still have no idea how those work. Mob grinder for the blood altar. I'm very sure that there is cursed earth in there. Okay. Botanicraft, is it? Botania. Okay. All kinds of mana and stuff. I'm not going to touch any of that. I don't know how that works either. Now this was actually pretty amazing. In here is all cursed earth. Master Rat has this all geared in. The grinders clearly put the items in the diamond chest. Diamond chest funnels everything down to, I'm sure, a central repository of some sort. But the more important thing is all the mob essence. That's what this fluid conduit is. And it pumps it all, whoopsie daisy. It pumps it all right into these drums. And it's absolutely awesome how quickly he can get essence. He actually lent me a barrel. Is the message still here? Yeah. He left a message. I left a message for him, and he's just chunking out resources like crazy. It's actually very impressive how quickly he's producing. Oh, look at this. One of each type for everything. He's got some witches in there. They're dropping the redstone and the glowstone. Also the sugar, some iron. Very cool. And I believe since they're grinders, they're counted as player kills. It doesn't go down anymore. So he can get the rare drops, which is also very cool out of that process. Now the way out, here we go. Not too much to see else from the outside, but I'll give you a tour of how it looks from up here. It was a very different base choice. I don't think, aside from Spectral in the last season, not many people have gone on top of a mountain. And actually, I take that back, Spectral went through the mountain. But this is a really nice, cool view. It's like a mountaintop fortress getting there. So very nice touch from Master Rat. Bush. Now how to get home. I'm pretty sure there's a book in here. Yes, let's hope this is it. Excellent! Okay. 2 bases down. Alchemos, Master Rat. Joshimus's base, also very visually enticing. Oh, Ender. Okay, I hear an Enderman. I thought it was on crack for a second there. Joshimus does a good job mixing different visual elements together for a nice visual appeal. I'm just going to get out of here for a little bit, and I'll show you from afar. It kind of has almost like a witch hut kind of a feel to it, at least for me with the colors. But the neat thing is he's built a lot of elements into the base itself. So instead of having the smeltery like this, deep into the base, he actually has it exposed as part of the chimney of the house, which is a really nice touch from my opinion. Oh, Alchemist joined in. I can type. Pfft. Oh, whatever. Words. I've either had not enough coffee or too much coffee, and I can't remember which one it is. Just not much. I have a really bad habit of holding the shift key too long. It's been my bane throughout my whole life. I capitalize the first 2 letters. I don't know if my brain's either too fast or types too slow or I'm too dumb or cheese isn't cheap enough or I don't know. Either way, Joshimus Prime's base. As we were going, he's got a soonish. There we go. He's got a nice Way to the Twilight. Joshimus is a veteran of the Twilight Zone or the Twilight Forest. He's very good at navigating it. He's excellent at pulling resources out. managing his way through it. He's always the first to bring home trophies and such. And I actually think this is as far as he's gotten. So let's take another view of the house before we move on to the next. Another neat thing is the color tones match pretty darn well, especially, is this cursed, or what is this? River. Ominous Woods. So whatever's giving it this purplish sheen actually matches with the house really nicely. So that's another nice thing. Another player, Joshimus, being one who aims really nicely at creativity. Good with function, but also good match with the colors and that sort of a thing. Okay, let's see. Joshimus. Oh, this one is a nice base as well. Jeg is one of the players from across the pond, as they would say. And as you can see right here, we're just going to take a quick overhead shot of the base. You think pretty compact, fairly simple. Very functional though, so everything is right where you need it, easy to get to, everything from sugar to the berries to the basic resources, I believe smelting and machineries over here, very cool. So we got a real quick setup kind of a situation here. Not a lot of massive production, but enough to get you by. Some simple machines to get moving. That's about what we'll see here. Now, the real thing I want to show you is this. When he started on the server, I was amazed how quickly this thing sprung up. I think we've been playing on the new server for maybe, I don't know, like 2 months now? Maybe a month and a half, something like that. But this is going to look, at least to me, it looks like a hydroelectric dam. Control rooms up in the front here, a path in, and then the water, wherever the water is going to be. But it's multi-layered. It's very visually amazing. This is one of the more ambitious projects that we've had from the outside, I believe, on a Motley Craft server in a long time. Traditionally, the other players, what they'll do is they'll build into things. So, like for me, I'll start my base underground, and then I'll build little structures and such. Let's see. Let's see if he'll show up since I'm already here, but very simple, very nice when it comes to, again, the production. So we got cows, we got trees, very good on the base resources, but when it really comes down to it, there's a lot of simple, intricate details here that if you're just looking at it straight, you might miss. So if you come over here at the side, you see how the structure kind of bows out in some areas and then leans back in. Look at this. This is very nicely done. I mean, it's almost exactly like you would expect to see a high-end hydroelectric dam being built. And I really can't wait to see this thing with the water or the other visual effects that will come in. And then also with it, let's just peek into one of the control rooms here. This has all been really hollowed out and added in with the stone bricks. And this is a nice take. This is an add-on pack that Spectral loves, and I really enjoy it too. It's called Chisel. And I think I might have shown this a while ago. I'm sure billions of people have already given it really a tutorial, but the way it works is you take a chisel, which is it's a piece of iron and a stick, and you can convert a lot of base objects to look differently. They have the same hardness, toughness, quantity, they stack, all that other rigmarole. That doesn't change. What does change though is you can take something like this stone and you can alter it slightly so it has a different visual. I'm sure this is just stone. Huge cobblestone tiles, yeah. So this is all generated off of stone. Wide stone, disordered stone panels, wide stone bricks, and then if you change it, it costs no durability on the chisel, so you can do it infinitely. Oh, look at that while I'm explaining it. I'm sure I spelled that wrong, now that I'm just rambling on about it. Chisel. I spelled it right, okay. It's just the capital H threw me off. So yeah, like I was saying, the neat thing is you could use something as simple as dirt and you can give it a bunch of different looks to really make it feel like it's a different structure, considering not all units of measure and mass and construction are always the same here on Earth. We're kind of subject to rules of physics and such. But you can give it all different looks like you might expect it to be, which is very nice. So back to spawn we go. Let's see, Jag. My turn. Megacycle HQ. So I built a really simple house, and I'm actually going to show you how to get inside my base. I know last video I was like, oh, I kind of want to hide it, see who else wants to take a look and try to figure it out. It's very simple, and I like the elegant approach when I first start on a server. First off, I wanted to take full advantage of the terrain I had. If I could fly, thank you. I took advantage of the roof with some solar generators. Now, how these things work, I believe these are extra utilities. Yes, extra utilities generators. Without a redstone signal and sunlight, the redstone or the generators themselves will produce energy. I'm sure you can kind of see it there. Can I do this? There we go. So the trick is with sunlight, no redstone signal, it'll produce energy. Now the energy is not transmitted at this point. It's just staying within an internal battery. In order to distribute the energy, we're going to pop this, and that applies a redstone signal. After so many seconds, the generator will stop producing and will start transmitting. So now we'll see the numbers start to go down. So now the energy is being transmitted back to HQ. Now, what this little setup does is it maximizes the amount of time the generators are, quote, on and off, unquote. Right now, they're on, they're producing, but the redstone signal is off. The second the redstone signal is applied, the role will change. So, the reason why I have it set up like this with a daylight sensor is when it's nighttime they can't produce energy, but what should happen is they should transmit the energy back to home. So what I've really developed is not really so much a 12-hour cycle. I think the spacing's a little off, but what I've done is right now it's starting to get dark. The second it hits dark, this redstone signal won't go far enough with this switch. I keep forgetting programmably what this is called. It's really an inverter. It's really taking this redstone current and shutting it off, because that's exactly what I want. So when the daylight sensor isn't producing enough power, which actually should be soon because this says power 1 right here. When this doesn't produce enough power, this redstone signal will turn on. It'll set off all of the jennies, or the generators. I keep calling them jennies. Oh, there we go. And we just saw it happen. Because it's not producing any more energy now, timer ticks down. Now we'll start dispersing the energy back home, and we'll get that free power. Now, if timed correctly, this will give us almost 500,000 energy per generator. So we're talking, well, simple math. This is 4 million RF completely free. I mean, of course, once you build the generator, and assuming it disperses all the way down to 0. Like I said, the timing isn't perfect, but at least we've got something there. So this is a very simple system that I also did on Spectral's Monster server, and this worked out great. It was perfect for starting when I didn't have a ton of coal to burn or charcoal to burn for steam dynamos, and it was really cool before I got to big reactors and such. So this worked out really nice. So pops into a tesseract. Even though the tesseract does have a bit of a waste, I think you lose 20% of the energy in transfer. I could be wrong. But anyhow, the trick of this house was, I think I mentioned in the last video, it was really supposed to give someone the idea of like, hey, this is a dumb base, look at this. He ain't got nothing. We're gonna rob him blind. He ain't got nothing, you know, and just walk around and then leave, or take the book back to Sanctuary. What I did is, if we can just find it by mousing it, there it is. I put a travel anchor here and I painted it. So the neat thing is, by the naked eye, unless you really moused over it, you wouldn't notice it. Or if you're not looking down, see, if you don't actively look down, you can't really see it, but it's there. It's right here. And when you're on a travel anchor, we're going to get off it and on it a few times, you can see the little icon highlights, because that's where the other travel anchor is. We're going to jump. It brings you down about, I don't know, 20? Oh yeah, about 28. Now where'd it go? There it is. About 28 brings you down. This was going to be a massive like waiting room kind of a thing, and then the elevator, you just take it straight down. Lumber process, ore berries, main processing, manufacture, assembly, retention, blah 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 blah, and then one down is agriculture. Making sure that I've got enough stuff for my, I'm blanking here, bioreactors. Yeah, not much else to show here, really. I really wanted to get a lot of simple energy going on. So it's steam dynamos. Are these things empty? Charcoal. I'll have to look into that, why we don't have any charcoal down here. But what's supposed to happen is the steam dynamos come into here. From other input sources, I have this here, this tesseract. This brings in the solar from upstairs. It also brings in, and this should be ticking up. Yeah, so even without the or the steam dynamos, we still have energy. Also, this is added from the bioreactors that I actually set up a while ago to make sure I didn't run out of energy. So this last tank, oh, we actually went through all the energy, all the bio mass. Huh. Either way, that's cool. It's good that we're actually getting a lot of this stuff processed. So let me take a quick gander to see why my charcoal isn't firing properly. We got plenty of charcoal. Now what I have is I also have a level emitter, and what it does is it checks if the charcoal's less than, oh, it's full. If the charcoal is less than 4,000, what should be happening is, okay, I'm confused. Import bus, device online, accelerator card. Oh wow, we just have a very serious backup. Okay, I'm going to fix this real quick, and I'm going to see you guys in just a second. I came down here to double check, and it's working again, so I have no idea what really happened. Anyhow, literally I was gone for seconds. This got unjammed, and now this is importing into the system, and now the system's taking it in. I don't know. That's what happens with every new version and every new iteration of the game. Always new bugs, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because what a bug does and an error does is it opens up someone's mind to look at a problem differently. Because if we all program perfect code the first time, that would be kind of boring. Okay, so down the line, Andreon's base, you are next. What Andreon did, if I believe I understand correctly, is what he did is he kind of captured up a village, and he kind of made this a production capital base. I can see he's still working on getting a lot of setup, but he's got berries, he's got a big smeltery that I believe came with the town. Oh, very nice. Yep, he's already got some aluminum brass. I'm going to assume it's aluminum brass. So he's been working on, oh, okay, mob spawner. I'm very sure that's what this is. Oh, here we go. Here's the rest of his base. Big reactor, which is cool. Some applied energistics, very nice. Let's see, some furnaces that go into other furnaces. Huh, that's an interesting setup if you have to double smelt something, I guess. Oh, okay. Already some item retention. Oh, and he's using the Ender IO farming station. Now this is different than, oh, very cool. A bound axe. I believe that has unlimited durability. So he took a different approach, as opposed to the approach I took with the traditional harvester and planter from, I think it's Mine Factory Reloaded. I'm going to bite myself in the face, if I don't get that right. Harvester is Mine Factory Reloaded. Okay, I was right. That's traditionally how I've done it, but this is a very cool approach using different tools to perform the same task. Makes it a little different, adds some diversity, no complaints there. Oh, so he's got a bit more of his base over here on the, what is this, the west side? I don't know what this is. Glass, no duh. Oh, Britannia, okay. So some more, okay, so there's the mana reservoir, the mana spreader and pool. I think that's what they're called. Yep. So basically what Britannia is, if I know a little bit of it, is you use plants and the environment to produce mana, and then you use mana to perform tasks. Like converting resources into a different resource, or I guess really that sort of a thing. Now this is something that was really impressive when I first saw it. Oh, chandeliers. What is this? This is beautiful. Redstone block with skulls. Oh my gosh, I know what my floor is going to be now. Anyway, this is a very interesting setup. Let's walk through the building for the first time for reals. Of course, an XP drain will pull away all the XP you want. This, of course, you can just right click and there's a lot of XP here, which is great. I'm just gonna redonate. Oh, is it full? Oh, they're full already. Okay. Mana pylon, no idea what that does. And he might have removed the way down. Under here, what's under, I'm not going to wreck his stuff or anything, but under here he's got a bunch of oreberry, or not the oreberry, the essence berry bushes, a couple of autonomous activators, pull the berries, and then use the XP and then add it to this pool. So yeah, I'm just pulling. Yeah, it's filling so fast. I can't put the mana that I took back in. That's very cool. That's a very impressive structure. And then, of course, everyone's standard blood altar. Nothing wrong with it. I just have no idea how blood magic works. I mean, aside from the name, what blood magic is it uses your blood essence to get started. And then as you build these things, you can generate blood, generate resources out of it. And then as the game progresses, you can use, as you see here with this setup, you're using the blood of mobs to perform a task, to do what you want. So that's still very cool. Nice additions to the base there. What is this thing? Oh, nether portal. Very nice. And then, I'm sure mob grinder. Oh, I'm guessing those are spikes. Yep, iron spike. Yeah, this is the reason why I'm looking a little higher is because the actual it thinks I'm still too high, even though I'm only one high. So really, when I look at the spike, I'm really looking at this block. And with this block, I'm actually looking at this block. And at this block, I'm actually looking at this block. You can see by the name. So obviously, grass block, dirt, cobblestone. Will it say spike? It will if I come here. So you see now it says stone slab. So anyway, the site reticle's a little messed up. But another nice approach, going over and taking over a village, is very cool. So let's get on to the next base. Boo-doo, boo-doo, boo-doo. Okay. Hockey Girl, I believe, has not been on very much, but she's got a very simple base, the way she starts off. How do I get out of here? Yep, this is standard Hockey Girl setup. Not a big problem. Not a deal. Not a worry. I can't even talk now. Not enough coffee. Very simple getting the resource base. Like I said, she hasn't been on for very long, so I think it was just a long time for the first session, getting everything set up, and then she'll come back pretty quick, so I'm not too worried about that. Next up is Spectral's base. Now, Spectral started at this sort of a setup. He did a very open approach. I'm going to touch on this base a little bit, but I also want to show you his new base. So what he did is he had very elegant setup like this, all broken down, just like we've seen with Alkimos's base and other base setups. So you've got farming, you've got the smeltery, and then we come over here and we've got some grinder setups. I think this was a blaze spawner. Yep, a blaze spawner. And then we have our blood temple, or our blood altar, with all the drops you could want. And then we've got the main base facility, which has been gutted mostly because it's all been transferred over to his new base. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to kill the recording to show you the new base, because I believe he's requested to keep the actual location of the base secret. So not a problem there. This is this reinforced obsidian? I think he was doing, what are they called? The Wither Boss. I think he was doing Wither Boss kills in here. Because I think it's protected enough, or I might be thinking of a different place he's working with. Then of course we have the laser drill here. Very nice setup. Yeah. Of course. Oh, there we go. Tesseract. Okay, I was like, that's not a precharger. So that's working nicely, I think. Oh, he must have the energy shut off. But that's okay. So that's a nice setup there, being out on the lake. This was a structure that he created. I think this was going to be like a node facility for Thaumcraft, or this was going to be like a mist recharging wand recharging station. But this is a lot of the same thing that we've seen at Jag's base. A lot of chisel. So a lot of this is marble. I think all of it's marble except for some stone pieces, or is this marble too? Dark Creeper marble. Marble with large dent. Marble stairs. Marble pillars. Okay, so this is all just marble, but look at how different and all the different visual elements are here. I mean, I can clearly count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's 5 different blocks here, but it's all made with marble. So it's an excellent addition to the Feed the Beast mod pack. Especially, this is D20 if you're asking for reference, and it's a very nice add to it. So, aside from that, I'm going to go and travel to Spectral's new base. I'm going to kill the recording. I'm going to just see you guys in just a minute. Oh, is it? I forgot which way it is now. Now, Spectral definitely took a different approach on this one. There's little, I think they're called shards. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, these shards of Laputa. And what they do is they actually bring up a chunk of land. So we're going to see this is very island shaped. And what this does is when activated, it raises the terrain in a specific area up. And this is what he did for his new base. So he's got an island for, this is applied energistics, lava generation, essence, power, that sort of a thing. Then we have another one over here, and I think this is grinders mostly. Yeah. So auto spawners, conveyor belts, and then a couple of grinders here. Yep. Oh, that'll keep them in. That'll keep them in resources and mob essence forever. That's great. I like how all the zombies are holding the blaze powder. That's kind of funny. And then another one over here. This is mostly Thaumcraft and such. Then more Britannia. So he's got his almost broken down by like mod pack sets. Blood something something. Something with a blood altar. I'm sure this is ritual stone. Okay, we're not going to touch any of that. Or is it? Yeah, blood magic. Okay. But this is also a really nice take. It's very exposed and very open, but the way he's got it grouped is this actually makes it very nice to teach someone else how to do something. Because it's all broken down. So all of AE is right here in this corner. Big reactor here. Lava fabrication and replication, energy generation over here. Mob essence really doesn't help. Let's see, what else? Automatic enchanting with Bibliocraft is here. Blood altar is there. So it's kind of neat the way this is way open and it's broken out like this, similar to his last base. So that's kind of nice. I like that as well. I hope there's a book back here, otherwise I got a ways to fly. Perfect. Okay. And last but not least, a new member we've had, his name is Shotgun, and I don't, whoa. He didn't build a base yet, but he linked the book. So that's interesting. Alright. I'm going to have to figure out my way out of here. I can just OP and fly my way out, but I almost kind of want to see what chunks are loaded to see if there's a base around here. But I think initially Shotgun was working with Jag to get his base more operational until Shotgun found a place he wanted, so no rush there. Yeah, I'm just going to have to fly a boatload home or just cheat my way home. Alright, either way, thanks a lot for joining me, guys. Really appreciate it. I wanted to make sure that all the current Motley Craft players got a few moments to show off their base. And even though they didn't want to attend or they weren't able to attend or what have you, I at least wanted to give you a taste of what we've all got going on here. I'm very happy with the server so far. Couldn't be happier with how many players we've got. I'm still hoping we can get a few more players and that sort of a thing, but this has still been really cool. Just sitting down, playing with friends, and, you know, having fun with it. So, thanks again for watching, guys. I'm gonna see some sights and fly my butt home, and I'm gonna catch you next time. Psych. So, I knew Shotgun had a base, so I took another look at my video and I found exactly where it was, really quick in a frame. So this is where I started. I flew up and ta-da! I just walked right over it. Anyway, I wanted to give everyone their fair 5 minutes of fame or whatever, so I at least wanted to show off Shotgun's base really quick. Very practical design when it comes to the smeltery right into the edge of the mountain. As I mentioned, or if I did not mention, Shotgun has not been with us for a very long time. He's only been really with us for like a week or so. So I didn't expect a mega base like some of the other Motley crafters that just started out. But with it being as nicely concealed as it is, it's no surprise that I walked right over it. So where we warped in, smeltery room, and we're just going to go back to normal human size, considering the doors don't like it when you morph. Another wooden door here leads to the main living quarters. Fairly simple, some furnaces, the teleport book back to Sanctuary, which I was looking for, and some storage. And some really nice addition with the stone slabs instead of just the, using stairs or whatever. That's a nice touch. Crap ton of torches. But I just wanted to give the 2 minute talk here as well. Make sure everyone's base got included. Aside from that, as I mentioned before, he and Jag have been working together a lot on Jag's base, so it's also no surprise that there's not a ton of stuff here already. So either way, now that it's getting dark and I know the book back home where that is, I just wanted to take a quick look up the hill, see if there's anything else here. Otherwise, I'm going to book it back, and yeah, I think we're going to call it an episode for real right here. So thanks for joining me, guys. Appreciate it, and I'm going to catch you next time. Do 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 do.